Andrew, come up here. I've asked Andrew to come and help me here because I want you to see this. Okay, Andrew, how old are you?
I'm 17.
Andrew, let's say, is my 17-year-old son. Or, I tell you what, let's make him an 8th grader. That's more fun. Okay? Let's make him an 8th grader. So here's my 8th grade son. Okay, so to illustrate this point, I'm a follower of Jesus. I have the Holy Spirit in me. Yes? Is that a yes? Okay. So if he is a follower of Jesus, does he have the Holy Spirit in him? Yes or no? Okay. Is the same Holy Spirit that lives in me the same Holy Spirit that lives in him? Yes or no? So can that same Holy Spirit that speaks to me also speak to him? Yes or no? You sure now? He's an 8th grader. We could have another seminar here. Do 8th graders have souls? We could do that one. You sure now? Yes? Then if that's true, why is it that we have to tell our kids everything they need to know, think, do, behave, and believe? See, we take on the role of the Holy Spirit and we tell them everything that they're supposed to be doing, and it goes in this ear, out that ear, over this beautiful blonde hair, around here, and they just don't get it in the heart. Rules. So, when we look at this, then we simply say then, if that's not working. So what is it that God has in mind? If he doesn't want us to tell them everything they need to know, think, do, behave, and believe, how in the world are they going to possibly get this religious stuff that we're trying to get into them here? John the Baptist, Jesus said, was the greatest man who ever lived. In Luke 1:80, it says about John the Baptist that he grew strong in the Spirit. In other words, he had the Spirit of God in him, and that Spirit just grew and grew and grew. So how, in an 8th grader, does that Spirit grow and grow and grow? He invites the Holy Spirit, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, to come and live inside of his life. And when the Holy Spirit is living inside of him, that Spirit can grow. What we do is we set up rules, and every time we imply one of those rules and keep him from making his own decision about what's in his heart, the result is that we shrivel up that Holy Spirit that's living inside of him. God's way, the grace way, is that this Holy Spirit is living inside of him, and we help him to make those decisions so that he is able to make those decisions on his own. You say, how in the world do you do that? How is it that he's able to make these decisions on his own? Let me just suggest one very simple thing. Instead of making declarative statements to our kids, you must, you will, you have to, you will not listen to that music, you will not wear your hair this way, you will not get an earring, you will not wear shorts to church, you will not, see? We make all these things that he's not supposed to do totally frustrating to our kids. So instead of making a declarative statement, you will not, this is what you'll do, this is what you'll know, think, do, behave, believe, how about if we just turn that around in a very simple way? We say to him about whatever issue it is, music, TV, internet, whatever it is, what is God saying to you about that? What is God saying to you about that? And every time we ask that question and take the burden off of ourselves to teach them and let the Holy Spirit do the teaching, the result is that our kids begin to develop an encounter with God in prayer, answered prayer. They begin to experience God for themselves. And they begin to see this Holy Spirit growing inside of them that develops a real set of their own convictions. So that when they walk out the door to go to college, instead of leaving the Jesus bag behind, Jesus is so woven into their lives that he walks with them wherever they go because he's so much of who they are. Give Andrew a hand. Thanks, buddy.